Now, staying on reflections of the late PAC struggle stalwart, Dr. Motsoko Pheko, and his contribution to South Africa's democracy, former PAC President Nerius Moloto joins us now for his experiences with the stalwart. Mr. Moloto, thank you so much for your time today on the program. Perhaps just take us down memory lane and give us some of your reflections of your enduring political relationship with Dr. Pheko.
Okay, good day and to you and to the viewers. Look, Dr. Pheko, or Ndate Pheko, as we usually refer to him, is the fifth president of the PAC. He has made a very huge contribution to the PAC in terms of reconstructing, building it during his time. But he also make a huge contribution to the PAC outside at the United Nations. He wrote quite a number of books. He's one of the rare and original Pan-Africanists. He stood on principles. So remember him as a person who never moved away from himself. He continued, he believed in himself and in the African people. He stood for their cause throughout his life. So that's how we will remember him. That's how we will celebrate his life. And we are very grateful to have had him in our life.
Indeed, Ndate Moloto, and I would like for us to also touch on the legacy that he leaves behind. I know you touched on some of his works as well that have firmly become some of the building blocks of some of the conversations that Africans are having to this day. What legacy does he leave behind?
Look, he leaves the legacy of principles. That we can live as not as fakes. We can believe in ourselves, we can believe in our people, we can continue to stay on the course because he stayed on the course until his last days. Now that is what he lives for us. That's what we've learned from him. And he also taught us that we must write our own story. We shouldn't leave other people to define us, to write about us. We must write about ourselves. I think that's very important. He has written quite a number of books. And in these books, he tells his own story, views, outlook, and understanding. But more importantly, that we must continue to focus on the needs and the aspiration of our people, notwithstanding the pressures, notwithstanding the fashions that are there.
And the point that you're making now, Mr. Moloto, takes me back to the Secretary General Apapuwe's reflections last night right here on this platform, where he also spoke about some of the engagements that they had with, of course, the doctor on some of the challenges that the PAC is currently facing now. I know Advocate Mandula said that he's not leaving a void behind because those that are left behind will be carrying the baton forward. What is your view on this? Are you of the same view as well?
Yes, definitely. I'm of the same view. Look, we continue to work for the liberation of our people in terms of independent thinking, in terms of the clear outlook of where their future is, build a future country and society where the young people contribute to the development, both economically and socially, of our people in general, to be selfless. He was educated, as he was described, quite grounded, but he did not want to go and spend his life just for himself. He continued to work for the people and the country in his own way. And that's how we'll remember him. That's what we would like to be. That's what we must continue to do.
And Ntate Moloto, as we continue to also reflect on some of his works and looking at his, rich legacy that he leaves behind, how would you like all of these works to be preserved going forward?
Look, we believe that there should be, at the moment, there's an heritage which seeks to preserve the work of the liberation movement, the contribution made by different leaders. We would like that in that heritage, his books, his writings, his ideas are also preserved there and are getting carried by the new generation into the future. We learn from there. His writings close a lot of gaps. The history has left a lot of gaps, and he contributed in filling those gaps. And we believe that his writings will then be able to help the young people and the young generation get into the future.